Hello, I'm back. I can't sleep. I keep having nightmares. Crazy. Keeps waking me up all the time. Ooh. I hate post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not fun. But I was lying there awake and I was thinking about different beliefs and what different people believe and that. And I was kind of like, thinking about all the different things that I've believed and stuff. Like, when I first had my awakening, I wanted to draw a picture of how the universe works, and I had like heaven and hell and God and all these things, and then all these other dimensions and realms and stuff like that, because I didn't understand like anything. It was like, all the religious beliefs that I had from going to church when I was younger was kind of mixed up with everything else. So I was like kind of questioning everything and not really understanding how things worked and that, It was like when I was talking to my kids and I was like asking them, what do you believe? And they were coming out with stuff and I was like, I don't know where they've got these ideas from, but, at that time, that was what they believed, And I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's different. I mean, I'm like saying I can't really see what's going on outside of this. I mean, you've got people that believe in the flat earth, you've got the Hindus who believe in all kinds of stuff, but then obviously you've got science that teaches us a lot of other things as well. So like, it's us learning more about what is, rather than all these other beliefs. It's like, we're still learning what actually is and what isn't, But like, you have all these stories about the creation of the earth and this, that and the other, and people believe different things, and they will believe in God as a man or as another being or as many different gods and stuff like that, and I personally don't talk about my own personal belief in God, because that's mine. That's like my personal thing. I mentioned like in my first video in my awakening, like what happened there and that, and I was like, man, this is weird. Like, this is weird. Like, and it made me question everything. And then it made me look more into everything and kind of, have to start learning about the world myself, away from what I'd been taught as a child in church and stuff like that, but then what I learn in school and then what I learn other places. So it's like, you know, you're always kind of building this view of the world, and that, you know, like I used to take my kids to the science museum a lot, but most of the time they would just go and play in the play area, which is the same thing that I remember doing as a kid and going to the science museum. I didn't really take in any of the science and that. So, you know, I mean, obviously now Zed is older. When he was younger, he used to say that the world was on the back of a turtle, and I was like, well, that's... what? Did you get that out of a book or something? Like, I don't know. Like, why he'd say that. I don't know where he came up with that. I don't know what belief that is, but now obviously he's older. He no longer believes that. You know, he's learnt more about science, he's learnt more about the world, he's learning about physics and stuff like that. I mean, it's a shame that they don't do all the sciences in school, because biology and chemistry, I always found them more interesting than physics and more easy to understand. Maybe because my physics teacher was boring, I don't know. But yeah, but it's like, you know, everyone's gonna have their own view of the world based on their beliefs, and that, you know, so it's like, you know, a learning process for everyone. Like I wanted to draw how the universe works, because I was like, I don't know how the universe works. Like, you know, I've had this experience and now my mind is like totally fraggled by it. And then I'm looking at all this other stuff and I'm like, what the hell? You know, what does it all mean? Where does it all come from? And stuff like that. You know, how is everything energy? How does that work? What does that mean? What is the universe made of? You know, is that all energy? I mean, obviously, if quantum physics shows us that there's no matter here, then that means that there's no matter anywhere. Or is it just on Earth? You know, like, these sort of questions kind of come up in your mind and it makes you wonder. And then it's like, you know, in my awakening, I felt all this love coming in to me out of nowhere. I walk away from that and I'm like, how does that happen? Where would all this love come from, and why could I feel it? And I was talking to a man who stopped me outside a bar. I was having dinner with my parents and we went into a burger bar, and I went outside to vape because I was feeling stressed. And this man stopped me and he was talking to me. He kind of said, you know, oh, why are you vaping? Is it because you quit smoking? And I said, no, I haven't smoked since I was in my early 20s. And he's like, why are you doing it then? And I said, I've got post-traumatic stress disorder. And stress and anxiety, and, you know, that's what I do. And he was like, can I ask why? So I started telling him about my experiences and that. And then he started telling me about his experience when he had a near-death experience. He actually died, and he said that he could feel, it was like he had 360 peripheral vision, and he could feel all this love coming into him, and he felt like there was a presence by him when he was having this experience. And he saw like this place, and he wanted to go inside, but they're like, no, you know, you can't go inside. And they were laughing with him, which was kind of like what happened to me when they were sort of like, you know, if you want to see God, and laughing and that, you know, having a joke and that. And he's like, yeah, but I want to go inside. And they're like, no, you can't. And it's like they're laughing at how little we understand, you know, because we're like, you know, I mean, I'm listening to all these people that have had near-death experiences and that, and I was thinking earlier about angels and stuff and extraterrestrials and things like that. Like, I mean, if we're all souls, we're all these souls having this experience. So what if the angels are just other souls, and we identify them as being like angels and that, because from where they are on the other side, they can see more of what we can when we're here having this experience on earth, you know, because obviously that soul has passed over and is now somewhere else, and they're looking back, you know. And obviously I believe in life after death, because I've experienced people that have passed away coming through to me. I mean, I'm in the bar, I'm talking to this woman, Carol. I don't fucking know Carol. I don't know Carol. I've met Carol about 3 or 4 times, and I've never really spoken to her about anything. Yet I'm standing there and I'm telling her about her mum, because her mum is coming through to me. And she's like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I don't know. That just literally came to me out of nowhere, you know. And I'm like, wow, okay. That's pretty nuts. So yeah, you know, and it's like I've listened to the near-death experiences and that, and it's like, you know, they're all kind of saying the same thing, or very similar things. So that's why I believe that. And I had John's mum come through to me, and I felt all her love coming down into me and out into John. And I wasn't feeling it, it was coming through me. And I was like, holy shit. Like, wow, I didn't know that this was even possible. You know, like I used to believe that when you died, that was the end of it. It was over, and that was just it. That was the end. There was nothing else. You know, now I don't believe that. But that's because they're coming through to me. So I'm like, right, okay. And it was like, you know, John's mum didn't just come through to me, she came through to other people as well around me. So it wasn't like it just happened to me on my own. It was like, you know, she came through to one of my best friends. She came through to the kids as well. And they were only really young, and they were saying stuff about her that they couldn't have possibly known. And I was like, the fuck? So yeah. Weird things. And it's only been since my awakening that I've experienced these things, although like I did experience things before my awakening. So I don't know if I've spoken about this, when I was in my parents' house, and I came home from work one day and I put my coat on the stairs and then went and made myself some dinner, and I was sat watching TV, and then the cat started hissing at the door to the stairs, because there was a door on the stairs. And I was like, what the fuck is that cat hissing at? So I turned the TV down and I could hear a noise. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So anyway, I got up, went and grabbed a knife, because I was like shitting myself. Opened the door to the stairs and the vacuum cleaner was on. And I was like, oh my God, that wasn't on when I came home. Fuck. I was in bed the other night, and like I just woke up and I was across the other side of the bed. I didn't touch anything, and this bowl just fell off the side. I'm like, whoa, what is that? You know? And I've always been able to feel these energies as well around me. Like, energies will shift and change, and I'll feel like different energies coming through, or I'll go somewhere and I'll feel the energy of that place. It's like, you know, I want to go to more spiritual places like India and stuff like that, because you feel that vibration, you feel that vibe from the energies of the place. And a lot of people have these spiritual experiences in places like that, you know, and it changes people. So I'd like to do stuff like that, you know, just to kind of like understand more, you know, and understand spirituality more, because obviously there's only like so much that I kind of understand about it and about my own personal beliefs. You know, I mean, I don't always talk about my beliefs. I talk about the laws of the universe, like the laws of attraction and cause and effect and stuff like that. You know, because you can see, like, when things are happening, like, what is being created in these moments, like, you know, how it's gonna impact things and that. And I believe in karma as well, because I see it happening, and I'm like, you know, laughing and joking with the kids about it, like, you know, something will happen and I'll be like, is that karma? You know. So yeah, I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. There's a lot I need to learn. There is a lot I need to learn to understand spirituality more. You know, I really want to look into all the Hindu stuff. I'm just like drawn to it at the moment. Just to understand that more, and like how they hold these beliefs and what beliefs they hold, you know, and how that shapes and changes their lives and everything like that. It's like, you know, with Islam, you have the 5 pillars of Islam and that, which is like, you know, kind of teaching you to be a good person. I mean, obviously you get the extremists and everything like that who warp and twist the messages and everything like that. But like fundamentally behind all religion is this underlying, like, you know, message of be a good person and that, which, you know, isn't a bad teaching. It's a good teaching. I believe that everyone should be trying to be a good person. So yeah, but you know, beliefs are a funny thing. They're very funny because so many people believe different things. And it's like we're all kind of on this planet and we're all existing together. And we're all holding these different beliefs and that. So how does that affect how the planet is? Like, are we becoming more spiritual? You know, are more people having awakenings? From what I can see, a lot more people are kind of getting into spirituality and stuff like that. You know, they crave more peace in their lives. They want more peaceful lives. They want more happiness and peace and, you know, just to live peacefully in the world. And that, no matter what beliefs they hold, I mean, obviously in the spiritual community, there's loads of different beliefs and that, like there's people all over the world. But, you know, one thing we all have in common is that we all believe in love, you know, as being the foundation for creating a better world. So, yeah. But, you know, I mean, it's interesting. It is really interesting to see what other people believe and that, you know, and understand why they believe what they believe. And what we've learned through these beliefs and everything like that, you know. Yes. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Okay, bye.